Most people believe their childhood, their trauma, or their circumstances define who they are. But what if that's not true? What if you could completely rewrite your story not by changing the past, but by changing your purpose? This is the radical, empowering idea at the heart of Adlerian psychology, a philosophy that says, you are not a product of what happened to you. You are a product of what you choose to become. If that sounds impossible, stay with me, because this one shift in thinking could unlock your freedom. Chapter 1. Who was Alfred Adler? Alfred Adler was an Austrian psychologist, born in 1870. He started out as part of Sigmund Freud's inner circle, but eventually broke away. Why? Because Adler saw people differently. Freud focused on trauma, drives, and the unconscious past. Adler focused on purpose, choice, and the future. He believed people aren't driven by what happened to them, but by the goals they set for themselves, often unconsciously. This perspective laid the foundation for what we now call individual psychology, and it's become one of the most empowering psychological approaches ever created. Chapter 2. The core ideas of Adlerian psychology. Let's break down the key principles. 1. Teleology. People are goal-oriented. Adler said that we're not driven by the past, we're pulled by the future. Everything you do, even your patterns or anxieties, serves a goal, whether you're aware of it or not. For example, someone who always plays the victim may unconsciously be seeking attention, protection, or control. Change the goal and you change the behavior. 2. Lifestyle is a choice. Your lifestyle, according to Adler, is the unique way you interpret the world and act within it. You formed it in early childhood, but it's not set in stone. You can challenge it, you can reshape it. 3. Feelings of inferiority are universal. Everyone feels inadequate in some way. Adler didn't see this as a weakness but as motivation. We strive to overcome our perceived shortcomings. The danger is when we develop inferiority complexes and feel permanently less than. Or worse, when we overcompensate with arrogance or control. True growth comes from accepting our imperfections while still striving to improve. 4. Social interest is key to mental health. To Adler, the healthiest people aren't those with the most status but those most connected to others. He believed we all crave belonging and contribution. Isolation and self-centeredness? That's where suffering begins. 5. We choose our attitude. No matter what happened to you, Adler believed your response is a choice. Even trauma, he argued, doesn't dictate your destiny. What matters is the meaning you give it. This is a powerful, even controversial idea. But for many, it's been the key to freedom. Chapter 3. Why this matters today. In today's world, where people feel stuck in their past or trapped by their labels, Adler's ideas feel like a breath of fresh air. Let's look at how his psychology applies to modern problems. Stuck in the past? You don't need to fix your childhood. You need to change what you believe it means. Instead of asking what happened to me, and what goal is this behavior serving now? Low self-esteem? Understand that everyone feels inferior at times. The key is not to run from it, but to grow through it. Struggling with relationships? Adler would ask, are you trying to win or connect? Real connection comes from contribution, not competition. Overwhelmed by anxiety or depression? Adler would gently explore what goal these emotions might be serving. Are they helping you avoid something? Gain sympathy? Stay safe? This isn't about blame, it's about awareness. Because awareness gives you the power to change. Chapter 4. A real-life example. Let's take a simple but powerful example. Say there's a man named David. He's always late. To work, to dates, to everything. He says, I just can't help it. I've always been like this. Adler would disagree. He'd say David is choosing this behavior because it serves a goal. Maybe David is afraid of rejection. If he's always late, he never has to fully show up. Maybe it's a subtle power move making others wait gives him a sense of control. If David can discover the hidden goal, he can choose a new one. He can stop saying, "I've always been like this," and start saying, "Who do I want to become?" That shift from cause to purpose is the key to real transformation. Chapter 5: How you can apply Adlerian Psychology. So how do you use this in your own life? Start with these simple steps. 1. Identify the pattern. Pick something you keep doing that doesn't serve you. Procrastination, people-pleasing, self-doubt. 2. Ask, what goal might this be serving? Be brutally honest. Is it helping you feel safe? Avoid failure? Gain attention? 3. Ask, is that the life I want? Sometimes, the unconscious goal made sense when you were a child but not now. 4. Choose a new goal. What's the future version of you trying to achieve? Confidence? Connection? Purpose? Now act in alignment with that. 5. Practice contribution. Adler said meaning comes from being useful to others. Volunteer. Help a friend. Create something that adds value. The more you feel connected, the more resilient and fulfilled you become. Here's the truth most psychology doesn't tell you. You're not broken. You're not doomed by your past. You are the author of your life. Yes, your early experiences shaped you, but they don't define you. Adler taught us that what matters most isn't what happened, but what you choose to do now. And that's something no one, not your past, not your trauma, not even your fears can take from you. You are more powerful than you think. Not because your life is perfect, but because your choices are yours. So the next time you feel stuck, remember, it's not about what's behind you. It's about what's pulling you forward. And that future, you get to choose it. If this message resonated with you, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. This is Know Now _my, and this is your moment to take back your power.